G'day guys, and welcome to the final match of round 2 for the EB Cup. We have ourselves the handsome and wonderful Necron spawning as Terran in the bottom left. He has opted to play all 3 races if need be, starting with Terran, then Zerg, then Protoss for this EB Cup match. Necron here in the bottom left of Crossfire, in the red, and in the top right we have the wonderful and benevolent Cam spawning in the green. He is standing in for Namor. Namor had to leave the tournament due to personal reasons and caused yet another delay to this tournament's progress. Cam sending his SCV out now, notably probably to wall off. SCV, yep, will be doing its thing. Necron also doing its thing, but as we can see by the production cycle doing a little bit faster. Both players roaring into the 20s for the APM. And we can see that SCV rallied back to the minerals like a good player. So in these early stages of the game, we can say that thank you for everyone watching the EV Cup so far. It has been a blast. The delays have not been, though. I'm sure that if another tournament was to happen in the future, that there wouldn't be as many. Didn't want to disqualify anyone from this particular tournament, so we're making sure that everyone gets a go, no one gets a buy, no free lunches in this tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Barracks number 1 going down for the wall for Necron, Barracks number 1 going down for Cam as well. Green and red, the colours of Christmas. What else can you say at these early stages? Really nothing of note. Both players doing mirror builds, except for the fact that Cam isn't building as many SCVs as Necron has been, but Cam going for a single gas while Necron going for both gases. Now this could denote that Necron is going for a tech-heavy build, but we will see. Both these players will be about bronze level in 1v1, so they wouldn't have refined builds. Okay, so we had a bit of lag there, and your wonderful host, Gent, myself, just left the game because I was hosting and lagged because my internet is terrible. So, upgrading to an orbital now is Necron. Cam not doing anything of the sort. Getting really high in his minerals though. Opting to drop a second barracks and also the reactor on the first barracks, which basically means he's not going to be able to build any units for like a million years because reactors take forever. Necron looked like he was thinking about making a second barracks but hasn't quite got there yet. Now he's dropping one. Okay, so both guys going for heavy marines early on by the looks of this. More marines coming out of the barracks for Necron. So not being able to utilize his gas just yet. Okay, engineering bay going down, very good. So the gas is probably for upgrades, something of the sort. Queuing up some more SCVs there, transferring more SCVs into the gas. And we can see that Cam is going to complete his wall very shortly. Wall ends, as I've probably mentioned before, have questionable effectiveness against a unit with range tier 1, against a race with range tier 1 units, such as Marines. Marines can, of course, don't necessarily need to get through a wall. I mean, Zealots and Zerglings, almost definitely you want to have a wall against them. Another reactor going down for Cam. Okay, so Cam's not going to have very many units to begin with. He will be able to start catching up now that he can build 2 at once, but I question going for double reactor very early. He's also got double gas, dropping a mule as well. His orbit a little bit later than Necron. We have a look at the income. About the same now. Necron getting more gas. He's obviously got more SCVs and the gas geyser than Cam. And the extra worker as well. Necron with a bit of a food advantage right now, 23 to 18. About to get supply gap, so hopefully supply depot going down. Just there, beautiful, very nice. Necron getting a nice handy little bunch of Marines just chilling there at the front. Also getting a factory, so this gas will be able to utilize very, very quickly. Not using the NG bay just yet for anything. Cam just going heavy Marine at the moment. Dropped another mule there for Cam, and both guys being very passive at the early stages of the game, making lots and lots of Marines. So we can see at the 6-minute mark, Cam has just got his first attacking units out. So yeah, the benefits, pros and cons of double reactor. Factory going down for Cam as well. That, of course, being delayed a little bit. And also an armory going down for Necron. Possibly going for a Thor in the early game. So we'll just have to see. Looks like his units are stationed up there on the high ground just so that they can... let's see which is the button. There it is. So that they can shoot anything that comes into this sort of range here. So it's good work from Necron. Also that one Marine at the bottom of the ramp. Just having a bit of a look. Another factory going down for Necron. Not really utilizing these... Okay, so he's got the upgrade going here, but not really utilizing the factory just yet. Should be making more workers, definitely dropping mules or scanning with his energy getting quite high. Cam going for a sneaky top left expo and dropping gas down there as well. So that denotes some heavy tech coming up from Cam as well. Another supply depot going down just behind the factory just there, so he can still drop that tech lab. So Cam's just going, just chilling as well, queuing up a few more supply depots. Looks like he wants to get a very heavy supply unit coming through very shortly. He doesn't want to get blocked, dropping some more mules, good stuff. Cam has vision of the middle of the map, which is great. As you can see by the minimap here, Cam has vision of this whole area of Crossfire. Crossfire has some very, very narrow chokes. This map, very, very dangerous for Zergs to play on because you get funneled and that sort of thing. But with a Terran versus Terran, there really is nothing to discuss here in terms of balance. Thor coming up for Necron, so Necron's going for Thors. Looks like, excuse me, Cam's doing the same thing. So, yeah. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Double factory here from Necron, single factory from Cam. Cam's making a siege tank to begin with, also researching siege mode, which is very clever. Depending on whether or not Necron wants to keep making barracks units, his 90's getting pretty high. Should really be using his minerals. Oh, so we can see the Collector's Edition Thor right there with his sexy wings. Very nice. Oh, love that special edition Thor. The Marines and the Thor look like they're going to move out for a little bit of an early push by the looks of things. No, they just want to chill there at the ramp. That's fine. This being upgraded to an orbital, Cam's going to have plenty of minerals. Necron researching the 250mm strike cannons. This is very interesting. I don't see that upgrade very often, to be honest. So Necron's just sort of deciding which way it wants to go. Okay, so this Marines and Thor's going to be moving out now, but with this siege tank that Cam has and siege mode nearly finished, should be easy to hold this off. The Thor being the only really real worry here, but the Marines shouldn't be a problem for Cam, I would imagine. Yeah, so these Marines have found the extra Marine at the turret. This one Marine going forward to have a bit of a scout without sacrificing the whole crew. This Marine from Cam seeing everything. We can go to the Cam vision. So here's the Cam. Anyway, the Cam. We can see that Cam can actually see all of the forces coming through from Necron. So yeah, he's very aware of this. Looks like Necron has that one SCV to repair the Thor. And there's a siege tanks in the face. The Marines going down. As I spoke earlier, the Marines are not going to be an issue. The DPS from the Cam's Marines going straight, shredding straight through that Thor and the SCV. Complete failed attack from Necron. Cam slapping him in the face. So the first victory does go to Cam. Dropping another tech lab here, so Cam does want to go heavy mech as well. Not really utilizing this extra expansion up here just yet. Not really making any workers, not dropping mills or anything. Cam getting a bit wide-eyed, deciding he wants to go for a counter-attack. Necron has 2 Thors to meet this counter-attack though, so I can't see it going well. This is Necron with a bit of a tennis back and forth. Oh, they're on move command, so they just got a few extra hits in there from the Marines, but the Marines do go down. Thor's just going to be repaired by this auto repair SCV, and the Thors are going to be unscathed very shortly. 2 Marines just chilling here, making more Marines from Necron. Necron making more Thors, going for a very heavy Thor mix. Not deciding to expand just yet, going heavy 1 base. Cam, aware of the units coming through from Necron. So just 2 Thors. I question this push as the siege tanks are still there. There is a 3rd siege tank now. 2 Thors cannot handle this. 2 Marines at the front here from Cam. Yeah, but I can't see these Thors going too well without a backup. Looks like they're not going to push. They're just going to hold this little high ground area here, which is... No? Okay, maybe they are pushing. I'm not too sure. Okay, now Cam dropping some more mules at this expansion. As we can see on the income tab, Cam has double the mineral income of Necron, about the same gas income as Necron. Yeah, so Cam now making Thors of his own, as we can see here, just coming out here. Very high siege tank number from Cam. It's going to be very, very handy. He's got 5 siege tanks right now, and some Thors queued. No one really utilizing their upgrades just yet. Bit disappointing not to see that only Necron going for unit upgrades, for bio upgrades without many bio units. And no vehicle upgrades going down right now, which is a little bit funny considering how heavy mech they're going. So we had a bit of an engagement at the front there. Looks like Necron may have lost a Thor. I'm not too sure. Sorry about that. So Necron's just chilling with these 4 Thors at the front here. Cam has 2 Thors of his own. Supply blocked a little bit there. Okay, so now Cam going for the upgrades. Very, very cool. Siege tanks just keeping Sentinel at the front there. So you can see that siege tanks are actually in range of these Thors, but they don't have vision of them yet. So these Marines will get the vision. And there we go, so free hit on the Thor just there for Cam. These Marines having a bit more of a scout. Trying to give more range to siege tanks. Oh, these Marines overextending a little bit. Nearly got a Thor cannon to the face. Marines now returning to the safety of the Cam siege line. So Cam now has both gas geysers being fully utilized. Mules on the minerals here, so we can just see that Cam now has double the gas income of Necron. Necron deciding looks like a little bit indecisive. Maybe he's meeting up with some more Thors. I'm not too sure. He does have an extra Thor in the mix now. Just back and forthing with his units a bit. Yeah, so he's got 1-1 on his bio, but not really any bio units. So we just got to see he's got one Marine, as we can see here by the unit tab. These Thors look like they're going to be able to... Oh, wow. So Necron seems to be somehow aware of Cam's hidden expo up here, which is going to help. It's going to help Necron a lot because Cam's income is going to be severed. The gas that he needs to make these Thors that he seems to be going for is going to be cut in half, and it'll be about the Necron level. So Necron, bam, orbital is down. Necron now seeing to the rest of these workers, and this extra base of Cam is now being dealt with. Necron taking an extra base of his own, very clever. So I would say that Necron is now in a bit of a lead, not food-wise, but very soon when that expansion of his goes underway, he's going to be in a lot better shape. So he looks like he wants to go through the rear rocks of this base here. Cam, of course, still has siege tanks in range of anything that comes through the front, and even more Thors in the back. So we have 6 Thors versus 5 Thors in 1 SCV from Necron. I don't see this going well for Necron. I think this is going to be donated units to Cam. We'll just have to see. These Thors getting some free hits, just sort of walking, dancing around at siege tank range. So this Thor nearly dead, only with 12 hit points left. Wow. So Cam's Thors just sort of bunching up, trying to get in range of the other Thors, but not going to happen. Necron taking this Zeldaga Watchtower. This expansion from Necron just about done. And vehicle plating upgrades going down for Cam as well. More Thors on the way. Cam loves his heavy Thor style. But as you can see, his minerals are going really, really, really high. He could build more barracks, more Marines, and make his army way stronger, and he would just ruffle stomp through the armies of Necron. Yeah, nearly 1,000 minerals at the 850 mark. Should really expand. Here we go. Fantastic. That's what I want to see. Cam expanding at a sensible location, easily defended. Not a very long walk for units to come and defend. Also, the siege tanks be able to keep good range of anything coming through the front here. So Necron's got some Thors just sort of chilling here oddly at the top of his base. And it looks like Necron just got scanned. Very good scan from Cam. Cam has seen that there is 2 tech labs on 2 starports which denotes Banshees. But as we can see, this is a pretty bad move from Necron. He's got 4 Banshees queued up in one and 2 queued up in the other. Okay, so now he can make 2 Banshees, but for a while there, he could only make from 1 starport because of the money that he was pumping into one, only being able to make 1 at a time, where he could have been making 2. But enough schooling, enough preaching. We've got more SCVs going down, starting to saturate here at the Necron expansion. These Thors just sort of chilling. And Cam's at level 2 upgrades going down for his Thors. These Thors are going to be very scary with 1-1 upgrades, as we can see here. Looks like Cam has had enough and he wants to go for a counter. Now, with Necron's forces separated like this, the Thors basically being Necron's forces, it is going to be very hard to stop this Thor bunch if Cam decides to move down. No, it looks like he's just defending his expansion here, turning that into an orbital. We're going to have more mules coming soon. So have a look at the food counting station. Both of them negligible difference. Really nothing to note here. Some more Marines from Cam, but with these minerals, really should be making more. Lots of Thors here from Cam, so it does look like he's going for that push. Thors trouncing along slowly, so we can see in the Necron Cam, Necron now has vision of these Thors coming from the north, and he will be shitting his pants.
Supply depots required.
And he needs additional supply depots. That Marine, bam, going down. These Thors are way out of position. Looks like Necron's got almost nothing to stop all these Thors coming down. And this expansion from Necron's supply block, not any more SCVs coming down from that. So it looks like Cam's going to go for a bit of a rebuttal. He may be going for the front, he may be going for the expansion, I'm not too sure. These 2 Marines, I'm not sure what they hope to achieve. They're going to get some Thors in the face. Bam, they're going down. These Thors still just chilling. Okay, now they're deciding to come back down to help. These Thors... Oh, so Cam's decided, you're going to take my sneaky expo, I'm going to take your sneaky expo. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay, so maybe not. Decides to pick off of that. A lefting there from Necron. But the Banshee's coming through. These Thors are going to tear through the Banshees, I'd imagine. One Thor goes down. Another Banshee goes down. Looks like the Thors are going to definitely be on the positive end of this engagement. That Thor nearly died on 55 hit points left. Got some Thors at the back here from Necron. These Thors could not move slower enough. These really need to get back here and help Necron. Necron's in a bad position. These Thors are going to get funneled a little bit by these Thors. Looks like they're on a bit of a move command there. Bit of a miss micro. Necron's Thor going down. Cam's Thor's now going to town on the front of Necron's base. Another Thor here and a Banshee just evaporating. Just went what's up, backhand. Now the Necron Thors are coming back to return. Necron Thors going in one at a time. Needs to get all these at the front. Okay, so now they're in range. 1-1 upgrades on Cam's Thors. Really coming to show here. Necron's Thors going down. Cam has 2 left. Necron has 2 left. Who will come on top? Looks like Cam will... Cam will come on top. His Thor with 59 hit points will just be chilling in his base for a while. I'd imagine until these Banshees come out, the Banshees from Necron will definitely evaporate that. Tech Lab destroyed on that factory. Now Cam going to town on his base. 3 more Thors. No, 3 more Thors and 3 more siege tanks from Cam heading down to join the fray. And another 2 siege tanks and another 2 Thors from Cam. Oh, wow. I can't see this going well for Necron. As we can see, these units are going to really tear through anything that Necron has. I don't think Necron's even made anything for a while. He's making Banshees, but Banshees can be destroyed by Thors. These Banshees hopefully will want to be picking off siege tanks, which can't shoot up, but they look like they're going for a counterattack. These siege tanks are now in the base of Necron. These Marines, oh, and they're sieging at the front. These Marines are going to go pop, and yes, they do. The Marines are going to evaporate. Lots of blood, beautiful. Thor's now coming to join the fray, and this does not look good for Necron. These Banshees deciding they don't want to go for a counterattack. They're going to come attack the Thors, which is going to get some missiles on the face. And it looks like nothing that Necron can do at this stage. Should probably GG at this point. These 2 siege tanks from Cam, not sieging, but doesn't really matter. They're insane DPS is tearing through the front of Necron's base. And they're now just playing a bit of frog. Oh, so the Cloaked Banshees here now having free reign of the siege tanks. These siege tanks cannot shoot up. So it looks like the siege tank forces of Necron will be torn up. The expansion of Necron now getting destroyed by Thors, and Cam sieging. He scanned the Cloaked Banshees only to discover these siege tanks can't shoot up. So these siege tanks will be cleaned up. No danger of that. The Thors deciding that they should probably come and help. Siege tanks now dead. Hopefully these Banshees, a bit low in energy now. Cloak would have been very, very handy to stop the Thors at one point, but more Banshees coming up from Necron, so... Oh, Cam going for the Tech Lab, trying to stop the Banshee production. He's really afraid of Banshees right now. These Banshees now getting... Oh, loses 1 Banshee. These Banshees just spinning around, trying to get through the back. 3 Banshees queuing up here. They really need to cloak and get in on these Thors. 1 Banshee cloaks, comes in and attacks. I think Cam does have enough for a scan, though. We'll just have to wait and see. Will he scan? Yes, he will, and that Banshee goes down. These 2 Banshees deciding they want to go for a counterattack. These Thors just going straight for Necron's base. Destroying the armory. Necron almost completely, he's completely mined out of his main at this stage. His expansion, the roof is on fire. All these SCVs transferring to that expansion. Thor's just chilling here. Being met up with 3 more Thors. Thors are the unit of the day. These Marines are going to try and see... Oh, but the Banshees cloak, and there's a bit of a misscan there from Cam. But the Banshees are now in the base. Cam has more than enough energy for another scan, though. Necron is going to be in a bit of trouble here. The long air range of the Thors are going to see to these Banshees. 1 goes down. The other one seems to escape, but he's going to go back into the scan range. Oh, and another scan going down. The Thor's on move command. Okay, there we go. The Banshees are now down from Necron. These guys chilling at the gold, which is really strange. But I guess it's because this thing burned down. Really should have repaired that. And these Thors from Cam now coming to finish off the rest of Necron. I can't see Necron doing... I know I've said it already, but really Necron can do nothing at this point. Cam has 2 orbitals with full energy. Hasn't been dropping mules. Saving that energy for scans, I guess. And the starports will be going down. Necron will have a total of 2 Banshees and 13 SCVs in his army. His 13 SCVs trying to make something out of this gold expansion, but I cannot see that lasting. Thor's now going to town the rest of Necron's base. Not much to see here. Necron going for a sneaky top left expansion. 2 more Thors from Cam heading down. More Thorage on the way from Cam. Another Thor there. So Cam and Necron have not made any buy units for the past 20-odd minutes. Very strange to see Terrence opt to this sort of strategy. So Cam just wants to take his time. The torture of 1,000 cuts. Water torture on Necron. Okay, now he's bringing all the Thors in. Bam! All the SCVs are going down, and these Thors are going down to finish off what was left of this base. Cam was under the impression probably that these were the only. So we go to the Cam view. Cam. He sees one building down here, and he sees the extractors down here. So he knows that there must be another command center for Necron, but he is coming down, and he has found it. The Cam has discovered that there is a Necron base up here. He has scanned it now, sees that it's trying to be saturated with SCVs, but it will not last long. Okay, he's just going to walk straight past it. Oh no, he is going to attack it. Fantastic. So these SCVs escaping. Oh, there's a Thor sandwich at the bottom here in the south. Cam now going to town on the rest of the base. These SCVs trying to go somewhere. Necron really should have GG'd. There's nothing he can do. Thor's coming through. Extractor going down. Just chilling. More and more Thors. 11 Thors from Cam. 0 anything except for SCVs from Necron. This expansion has just gone down. Lol, this is all over. GG, mate. Thank you, Necron. Very, very nice. Cam has taken game number 1. We'll move on now to game number 2.